Yes, I want to say good evening, and this is DJ Marquez from Red Alert Family. And where we have injustice in any shape, form, we have to make it known. And today we have something we call a grave injustice done to one Milton Samuels. Because we said justice delayed is justice denied. We have a good friend and a family member here who would like to shed some light on what's happening to Milton. That who you want to go first?
All right. Well, the illegality of the injustice of Milton, the process that we both went through in petitioning uh, Fort Dix camp, and I have to emphasize camp because that's the minimum of the minimum of the prison systems. So when we applied for the CARES Act, which goes into the time you spent in jail, and if you gain, have 50% of your time in, you have no shots, meaning you have no infractions in the prison system. You participate in the programs, trying to better yourself in the prison system. You petition the prison to be let go free. So, in both of our cases, when we spoke to, uh, we was having great difficulty in trying to get to the process of the warden, and it was a blessing that the warden that came down from New York, Mr. India, gave us a great insight by telling us that we were eligible. They was trying to say that we was ineligible because of they kept saying that we had violent history, but that was not the case because we wouldn't be able to be in the camp. And this is why I stressed earlier that we was in a minimum of the minimum of security. Proceed back to case managers that were kept declining us. So once I had went back to the warden and expressed to him of case managers saying that they didn't know what they were talking about, he had took their names and kind of like of their job descriptions at Fort Dix. So once that happened, we started getting some process on progress where with Mr. Samuels, uh, uh, they went to his home. They went through a whole bunch of procedures, but the bottom line was when it all came down, the warden signed off on Samuel's petition and signed off on my petition. Now, they came out to Mr. Samuel's home. They told him he was going home. They gave him a date, as they did me. As would you say, Carrie?
No, yeah, I'm just confirming with
As
you
they did me.
from the letters I've read.
Yeah, as they did me. They gave, they came to my home just as well as they did Samuel's. Inspected the home, and I
That's
got
approval.
and got now what took place was now is March 2022. I got out 2002. Now Mr. Samuels was supposed to get out in March. They pushed the date back. Now
Oh, you got disconnected.
The last connection. with, uh,
Yes, as he was saying, he was eligible for March, and then they push it to the 31st of May, where
Hello?
everything.
We got
Hello.
we got broke up. We got broke
Okay.
up.
All right. Go
Can you
ahead,
hear me?
Davo. Yes, we're hearing
All
you
right,
now.
so the warden leaves. So now the old staff that he kicked out or moved out came back. Now Mr. Samuels had uh, uh, um, a staff meeting, like I forgot the name of it. Yeah, like how they do it with the inmates. You come and you have they go over your history. So now he's asking the old staff, is my date still the date?
In effect.
Now, so now I don't know if we can mention people names, but Joanne Wright, which was the barrier of both of us at the time, says oh no, you're not going anywhere. So now the counselor, Mr. Jean, was telling him, don't worry about it, because now the warden has signed off on it. All they had to do was just go along with the paperwork. They didn't have to resubmit anything. They had deleted. They come to find out they had deleted his files. They tried to resubmit. They tried to, now they're going to resubmit his stuff when they didn't have to resubmit it, because the warden had already signed off on it. So now we're trying to figure out, how in the heck did his files get deleted? Why did y'all resubmit it? There was no reason for any of this. So now this is the illegality of the case managers that knew the plot from the beginning. They didn't want him to go anywhere from the beginning, because now she addresses somebody stating that I shouldn't have left, or she was going to try to pull me back in.
Try to pull me back.
So this to me is so crazy that we have COs, we have counselors, we have people that was trying to help us, which did help me. I did get out, and now they was trying to help Samuels get out, and they're saying to him like they can't believe that this was going on. You have Mr. Betts, saying, listen, man, I'm going to do everything that I possibly can. Mr. Jean was saying, I'm going to try to do everything that I possibly can do. We have spoken to senators, Kim, what's the other brother from Jersey, Kerry, that didn't like Fort Dix or didn't like how it was a black guy. My goodness, I can't remember his name.
Knight, Mr. Knight. Talking about Knight?
No, not him. It's on the tip of my damn tongue. But anyway, he kept coming down because he knew the issues. Everybody knows these issues at Fort Dix. And this is why I believe that the warden had got up and left, because it was just too many issues. Morales, no, not Morales. Morales is cool too.
He's cool too. Yeah, he did promise us too, and he was doing his best at what he was doing too.
So
exactly, and this is why.
And this is just giving us a brief synopsis of what's happening with Mr. Samuels.
There's a lot of injustice going on that end.
Who to tell how many fathers are being kept from coming home?
What?
Because I don't think that he's the only one him out there. So
no, he's not.
And Kerry, anything you wish to share?
This.
Well, Mark, I can just speak from a family, perspective, and I can speak for basically all of us as it relates to, he being in the camp and the way he's been treated. His medical stuff is not handled well. There is sometimes when he's not feeling well, and and it just pain our hearts to know that he was signed off on, his stuff was signed off on, and then someone else just stepped in and just denied his stuff. His stuff was deleted, as the who says, and there's nobody's coming forward to say anything about, why was it deleted, and just to give us as some information as a family, you know, to as to what went wrong, what was happening, why was the file deleted and stuff. And we've written to senators, with congressmen, a lot of people, and the responses that we're getting is just not getting us anywhere. People fly as far from Jamaica coming to visit to see what's going on, to get some news as it relates to his dates and stuff like that. And it's just painful, the overall treatment for him. I can speak the overall treatment for him, because I would go and visit him, and at some point he's not feeling well, and medical attention for me would have been of the utmost importance. You get me? So as a family, we kind of feel a way about it, Mark, honestly, and it's painful for us as a
We have
family.
to have we
You know what I
have,
mean?
we have to have the same power, and this is crazy, Mark, where the COs
Yes.
or the inmates will say, talk to your
Inmates.
Jewish friend, because uh they can get some things done for you. We have to have the same power or the same influence, that
Influence.
when we get in trouble, or when this kind of injustice happens to one of our brothers, that we have somebody to reach out and say, hey, what the
Just to
hell is
reach out
going
to.
on here?
There's
What's
nobody
going
to
on
reach out
here?
to.
And they shouldn't even come to
There's no it,
the terms of in terms of skin color or who you know. Justice is justice, and it should be right across
It
the
should be right across the board.
and
right across the board.
Yep.
now
There should be no favoritism. There should be
No
no
favoritism when it
like.
comes down to.
But we don't have the pieces, Mark, in place where it benefits the minority, because we're all minorities in there. You know what I'm saying? Because anytime that a warden signs off on your thing, looks at
Funnier thing.
your whole case in its
Hmm.
totality, and say, you know what, this guy's
Yeah, he
absolutely right.
deserves to.
I don't believe
Mhm.
I don't believe he needs to be here. He's
He be here.
absolutely
He
right.
needs to leave.
I grant him the CARES Act. Send this man home. He did enough time. He did everything that he was
He
supposed
did
to do.
everything he was supposed to
It
do,
should be
and it just
it's
was John.
somebody should have a hammer to come down on the people that
Who are
that
trying
took that
to.
away from me.
for the benefit of the
That
person.
took that away from him and his family.
And
It
for
hurts. Yeah.
we're actually who will be actually listening this and petitioning for how many years have he been away? Has he been in
15 years.
15.
and
16.
you're doing 15 years and you got a release
14. 14.
14.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a whole and it was not for a violent crime.
No, you wouldn't be.
Mhm.
Listen, Mark,
No, it's
you
not.
wouldn't be in the camp. If it was violent offender.
You would not be in the
the
camp
lowest
if it
you could
was for
go is
violent crime. Yes.
exactly. So these are the lies that they was telling us in the beginning, Mark. When me and him was going up, they said, "Oh no, your statute states that you're a violent offender. How can I be a violent offender? And if I'm in the camp,
Would
that
not be
them
there.
two doesn't match.
They don't match.
It doesn't match." It gets down to the point where saying, listen, I don't care what you say. I brought all the information in regards to my statute of my charge. And
Mm-hmm.
it states right there
Right there,
in
everything is there.
924C3, that's the violent offense. My statute is not a violent. I don't, and this is that what is. I don't care what you bring me. This is the old staff. I don't care what you bring me. It took persistence on my end, Mark, to talk to the warden and the assistant warden, for them to tell me, after I explained the whole situation of my case and Milton's case, and they looked at each other, he said, "No, who told you you was ineligible? You're not ineligible. You're eligible for the CARES Act. You're eligible to get out of jail under this
Yeah,
act." So once we received it, and for somebody to just swipe it right under
Just
your
swipe it off
feet,
and yeah,
is a
they just
disgrace,
took it right
man.
away.
It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace, man.
Mhm.
And
You know,
it's more people like that, man. It's more people.
There's a lot more who
So
are feeling the same
we
you-
have to have
that we
somebody,
can speak.
man, look into this and say, listen, man, what's going on? Because you and I both know, Mark, is the biggest gangs is the police, man, and they stick by each other. And I hate to say this, but it is what it
It is
is.
the truth.
They don't if they see that somebody mess up, they're gonna protect their own.
Come
And
together.
that's the
Yes,
sad
they
part,
do.
man. Especially when somebody gives it has to stop somebody. Somebody
Somebody
has to
has to
have
step
some kind of
forward.
what it is now, David, we'll try and not to make them sweep this under the rug. So
Yes, can do.
out there for the public to know what is actually happening. And it might not just be happening to our family member, it might be happening to yours.
Yeah.
Need to make sure that when these things we are aware of these things, we need to take actions because
Yep.
I said nothing is important until it touch home. And if it
Mm-hmm.
family it might happen to yours.
Yes,
But
that's true.
well, listen, Mark. This man is my brother. Not by blood, but this is my brother.
Not by blood,
So
but
I don't. If you know me, when I say that, say those things, I say it with true sincerity. And I haven't stopped fighting for this brother since I've been home. I'll be home 1 year, February 9th, and Kerry can testify
yeah, he would be right. Yeah, he would be right behind
to
you,
this,
bro.
man. I talk to
Yeah,
and if you need me for anything or you need me to do anything, then
just
I'm
phone
only a phone
call.
call away, man. I'm like a Marine. I don't leave nobody on the battlefield, and I
Yep.
feel that I failed because I'm still there. I love this brother.
Well,
So
get the ball rolling and then we'll put it out there and
Yes, please.
let the public know what's happening to our family.
Yeah.
well, like I said, Mark, I'm here whenever you need me. You
Whenever
have
we
my
need
number.
us,
I
yeah.
text you. Just give me a call, give me a shout out. I'm here. If you need me to, on some other Zoom calls or talk to somebody, just let me know, man.
And I'm here also with any additional information that I can give because Mark, this is painful for us as a family. So sitting down and waiting from the 31st of March and a date that we have received. And today there's nothing coming forward for us, and we just have to be sitting here and wondering and waiting to see what's next.
And
It's
this is
kind of painful for all of us as family, you get what I'm saying? So I'd appreciate if you could just push it out there for us, and then whatever means necessary, we can just push forward and just together as a team and just see how best we can work it out for him.
yes,
Because
yes.
we need him to be here. He deserves to be here, and he did what he did to be here. He was approved to get home, so he should be home with his family.
A year.
A year, I know, right? Sitting down a year and waiting, Mark, is not an easy thing. So we're just asking you kindly to just get it out there for us as best as possible.
Yeah, inshallah.
okay, we'll do that.
So whatever information needed, we're here to provide it for you. As Dahu says, a Zoom call, we'll take it anytime. A conference, we'll talk. So
Yeah.
we're here. So that's just how best we could put it together for you. So I'm not sure what else we can do from here.
So as I mentioned,
All right.
justice delayed is justice denied. And we want to make sure that we'll come home as soon as possible.
Okay.
All right.
Listen and have any kind of influence who can actually talk to the people or reach to whoever in Fort Dix and have them review.
Milton's.
You saying who can talk to him?
No, for anybody out there.
Just to put it out there so we can reach out to someone who will get to Fort Dix so we can get a better understanding of what's going on. somebody needs to step up to the plate.
Yes, because this needs to go live. This needs to be publicized because this is not unique to just Will. Other persons, family members are going through this.
Indeed.
So
Indeed.
put a stop into this. It should be equity right across the board. What's good for one is good for the other.
Good for, yeah.
So we ask each and everyone who's listening to this to like, share, and until it gets to the right person, because we need him to come home.
Yes, we do.
14 years, It's a lot. and now you deny his homecoming. That is cruel,
Yes, it is.
very much so. So we'll wrap this up and
Yeah.
rely on the general public to have this go live, and may the powers that be come across the powers that be, and they can do what they need to do the right thing, and that's the only we asking them to do the right thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, man. I appreciate you. Like I said, Mark, I'm here for you. All right.
Thank you, Mark.
All
Appreciate it.
right.
No
Thank you.
problem. Dahu, thank you a lot, and we'll talk. Appreciate you, bro.
All right.
Thank you. Mark, thanks.
You're welcome.